All right, I'm just gonna get right into it. The 22-inch board, right off the bat, I'd say it's ideal for anyone who wants portability. Now, the reason I say that, it's pretty obvious. It's only 22 inches long, and at its widest point, it's about 6 inches. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I'm a shoe size 11, and nearly half of my foot hangs off the board, making it super uncomfortable to ride. Odds are you probably don't have the same shoe size as me, or if you do, I'll make the decision simple. I'd say just go and upgrade to a nickel board, which is about 7.5 inches wide and 27 inches long. But if you're still unsure, I'd say the easiest way to go about it is taking a measuring tape and measuring your foot in inches. I'd say if you have 3+ inches of your foot hanging off the board, then I'd go with the nickel board. It has the same shape and style, but it just has more room to balance on. And it is gonna be hard making that decision if you don't actually have the penny board and you can't test it out, but this should give you a rough idea. And if you end up buying it, I did the research and I found that you can either get it from Amazon or you can get it from Penny Skateboards. Now I'm talking about the official penny board brand, not the knockoff ones. It's gonna be around the same price no matter where you get it. If you're more comfortable getting it from Amazon, then I'm gonna link it in the description below, as well as their official website. Now, just to be completely transparent with you guys, if you buy this 22-inch penny board or any penny board using my Amazon link that I put in the description below, I'll get a small commission at no additional cost to you guys, and I'd really appreciate it because it's the main way I make money, and it helps me to continue doing these reviews to help you guys out. Now that I went over who I think this board is best for, I'm gonna get into the nitty-gritty, going over all the different parts and quality of this board. From the deck to the trucks to the bearings to the wheels, I'm gonna break it down and give you my personal opinion after riding it and just inspecting each part. The first part of this 22-inch that I'm gonna review is the deck. Now, this is the most iconic part of the penny board. The plastic deck with waffle print is what most envision when they think of a penny board. It's made of a different type of plastic formula to ensure strength up to 250 pounds. And I did buy a $30 knockoff version of the penny board, and I compared both of the decks. And what I found is that they're basically identical. In the $30 version, there's a little more flex to it. You can tell it's a little more flimsy, but the molding is nearly identical. All right, now moving on, we have the hardware. All of the hardware included on the 22-inch penny board is made of high tensile steel. When I compared it to the $30 knockoff version, you could tell a very solid difference in quality. The nice part about the nuts is that there's a self-locking plastic to ensure that they don't unscrew, but in all my years of skateboarding, I've never had a truck fall off. That would kind of be crazy. So yeah, that's my personal opinion on the hardware. It's very solid. Moving on to the trucks, which are made of 3-inch powder coated A-grade 356 cast aluminum. Now, I basically knew that just because I got that from the product page from Penny Skateboards, but overall, looking at the quality, it's a nice touch to have the Penny logos on the front and back truck. The quality is really nice. I love the matte black finish, and when I compared it to the fake $30 penny board, you could tell a huge difference. The overall quality is just much better. All right, then we have their wheels, which are 59mm 83A polyurethane wheels. Now, polyurethane is basically the fancy way of saying that they're just rubber wheels. 59mm is wide enough for this size board. The other thing I mentioned is that they're 83A, which is basically the softness or hardness of the wheels. And 83A just means that they're pretty soft. So when you're riding and you're doing turns, they're gonna grip the pavement a lot more than harder wheels. They're not gonna slide out when you have more speed or you start to do sharper turns. The bearings and washers are what you'd expect from any traditional type of skateboard. They're ABEX 7 bearings with spacers. They have Penny's logo on the front of the bearings, which is a nice added touch. Really, at the end of the day, bearings don't make a huge difference unless they're absolute trash. So that is all the parts that make up this 22-inch. Overall, I'd say it's a quality build, and if you're in the market for a penny board and you're willing to spend $100, then I'd definitely say this is a solid buy, but only if you need something that's super portable, because it is pretty tricky to balance on. If you're still confused if this board is right for you or not, I'm gonna link a video that I did that goes over the different sizes of penny boards and which one should be right for you to choose. I go over most of the scenarios, so it should help you decide. I'm gonna link that video above here somewhere, so check that out if you haven't already, or you can find it in the description below. Also, another thing I wanted to note is that Penny Skateboards gets a lot of crap from the real skate community because of the look of it, and it attracts a younger demographic. I think that's pretty absurd, because at the end of the day, we're all after one thing, which is riding a board to have fun. Especially since the founder of Penny Skateboards, Ben, has been skating since he was 5 years old. So that's why I really have no issues promoting these boards. And honestly, I think they're cool boards. So I've just seen so many people arguing online about it. It's crazy, man. Like, come on, bro. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. And if you have any questions